I really want to expand into talking more about topics in the anime sphere. So the easiest way to start, I figure, would be like anime reviews and anime related things and discussions. My first idea for this is, of course, the Chainsaw Man Reze arc movie. I just recently seen this. I guess it's probably been about a month now, but obviously if you haven't seen it, it's a really good movie. The Chainsaw Man movie is a direct follow-up from Chainsaw Man season 1, and I gotta call it out. I was a massive fan of season 1. You can call that some Western shit or whatever all you want, but I absolutely loved Chainsaw Man season 1, and I know I'm not alone here. Of course, if you look at, I think some Easterner fans and different things like that, you look at the whole discussion of the way Chainsaw Man season 1 was approached and the direction that they took versus the way people expected it to be, with the art style difference from the manga to the anime. Personally, I didn't know anything about that. I just went in, heard the Chainsaw Man was huge, went in, started watching it, and had a great fucking time. So I was kind of on a different side when it came to the whole debate on the art style when the Reze movie was announced. Obviously, with the Reze movie announcement, it was a very hot topic that people noticed that with the new director and everything, the art style was definitely leaning towards like that manga look, that sort of art style that they were trying to go in the more vibrant colors. The difference from the trailer to season 1, it was immediate. You could tell it was clear as day, the massive difference between the color, saturation, lining, and just the overall tone of the entire thing was going to be very different. Part of me knew that, like, okay, this was going to be tight. This was going to be off the shit. The trailer itself was phenomenally well animated, so it wasn't that I was concerned that overall it was going to be bad. I just didn't know how much it would throw me off or not from the season 1. And so when getting into the movie, first thing right off the bat, it was glaringly different to me with the art style from season 1 to the movie. It was almost jarring at times just how different it was. But I suppose over the course of the movie, I kind of just like stopped thinking about it so much and was really engrossed with the movie, because we get down to the nitty gritty. This movie was phenomenal. We're not going to do any spoilers or anything in this, but the movie was just absolutely phenomenal. Of course, it's going off of the story of the manga. You have all the same characters. The characters are the same. Everybody felt the same. There just was that little bit of an off-putting shock difference between the animation style, the direction, the art style, and just everything in between. It was very different, very shocking, very jarring, but at the same time, as the movie got on, this ended up being one of my favorite anime movies of all time. Of course, the Demon Slayer movie came out the same year, and personally, like, I saw both, and I have to say that for me, the Chainsaw Man movie absolutely trumped the Demon Slayer movie, and I've been riding with Demon Slayer since the beginning. I was extremely excited for these movies. I'll do a review on the Demon Slayer movie probably next. I did like it, but I had some problems with the Demon Slayer movie. Generally summed up to, I think it would have still played out way better as a seasonal anime versus that movie, and I think the movie kind of like tore some things back of it. But for that simple reason, I think that, like, just for me personally, the Chainsaw Man movie was the anime movie of the year. It's what I voted for essentially a couple different times on the anime awards, even though the anime awards are totally bullshit. But overall, I gotta give the Chainsaw Man Reze arc movie maybe like a 9 out of 10. 9 only for the fact that the animation, though I did get used to it and did enjoy it a lot, the art style and all that was just incredibly jarring. I did get used to it, and it's not that it was bad. It's not that I didn't like it. It's just, it's just different, right? I wasn't ready for it. I do miss and prefer, personally, yes, I prefer the original season 1 art direction and animation style, the style and the directing. And you were allowed to disagree. If you prefer the Reze art movie, then by all means, that's awesome. But though I did really enjoy it. So if going forward, season 2 is the same way, I would not be too upset about it. I suppose the movie did sell me overall. I would be able to go forward enjoying the rest of the Chainsaw Man story as it goes on. But I do kind of hope that they find like a balance, an in-between, so to speak, that if we can get a little bit back towards that heavy weighted grounded feeling that we felt in season 1, where it just felt a lot more in the streets. And I kind of hope we get at least like a balance, a mix between the two for seasonal content going forward or any future movies. Of course, this was the arc as itself, but one thing that was a notable disappointment for me was just the lack of certain characters, in particularly Power, who's probably one of my favorite characters. I just felt like, you know, she got entirely backseated the entire movie, and that was just disappointing to me. Overall, though, like I said, 9 out of 10. I actually ended up buying it, so I've seen it like several times now. You know, it's a fantastic movie. If I had never seen any of the Chainsaw Man content before, I probably would have just been like, holy shit. Because I mean, like, the voice acting, and I've seen both the dub and the sub, it was amazing on both of them. The cinematography, the animation, no CGI that I noticed in the whole thing. I know that was like a huge complaint that people had with season 1, was the use of CGI and stuff. Personally, I thought that like in season 1, the way they used the CGI and the way that they blended it with the animation was really, really well done. Maybe there was a couple janky spots here and there, but overall, I thought it fit really well with the tone of the show, personally. Because, you know, there's times that anime uses CGI and it's just horrible, it's trash. But I think there's just some people that think if they see CGI being used, period, that it's just automatically trash. And I think that I'm just in a different camp. If it's done right, and then I think it can enhance it. Though I do appreciate in the movie how they used, what I could tell, none. It was just completely hand-drawn and just phenomenal. Reze herself was a character I did not expect to be as phenomenal as she was. I'm not a manga reader of a lot of these things, so I don't go in with any kind of preconceived notions or expectation. The entire switch towards the, I guess you could say, the middle of the movie caught me completely by surprise. I'll probably watch it a dozen more times, but that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments anything else you would like me to review, be it movies or just anime in general. Like I said, I want to get deeper into anime content. I want to have like different kinds of anime discussions and stuff alongside with my video game content that I'm going to be working on as well. Reviews, announcements, hot topics, discussions, reactions. We're trying to grow here, you know, trying to figure out my identity and all that shit. So you got any suggestions or anything you want to hear me talk about, again, leave it in the comments. I'd be reading all the comments for real. I don't have a lot of them yet, so that's really easy. But either way, you want to help me get out there, if you like this shit, like and subscribe, as all the fucking YouTubers say, and all that bullshit. But it really does help, for real. And if you made it this far in the video, go ahead and drop a middle finger emoji in the comments so we can confuse everybody else. But other than that, y'all take it easy, and I'll be out here. Peace.